Welcome to the channel. We're going to have a little fun today with something slightly different from the kind of things we usually cover here. We're going to take a look at some mechanical keyboards. Well, not necessarily mechanical keyboards so much as just mechanical number pads. And I've actually had one of these for a while. This is the DENTEN mechanical number pad. It's actually a blue switch keyboard. If you take these off, you can see the blue switches underneath. You can use this thing as a calculator. Able to see the display here. So you can use it as a regular 4-function calculator, and it works for that. And given what I do, it's useful to have a little 4-function calculator handy. Of course, this also functions as a number pad, and quite often I use a small form factor mechanical keyboard for my main computer and doesn't have a number pad. So I got this a while back because of doing things like entering grades into Excel. So it became useful for that because you can use it as a calculator, and if you look at the switches on the side, you can also make it a number pad. This is for charging, and you can just connect this up as a USB-C keyboard, or you can actually use Bluetooth. So it's got a lot of connection options and comes in really handy for the times where I absolutely need a number pad. On Black Friday, there was an Amazon sale on these 8BitDo. I'm going to call it 8BitDo because it looks to be a pretty obvious reference to Nintendo here. So this 8BitDo retro mechanical number pad, and given what I had when I was in high school, I had to get the Commodore 64 flavor here because I didn't actually have an original Nintendo. I just skipped straight from the Atari 2600 to the Commodore 64 and didn't pick up consoles again until the 16-bit era. So since I had the Commodore 64, it's like, oh yeah, let's get something that looks like a Commodore 64 here because that should be fun. So we're going to unbox this one, the new one. I don't have the box for the old one because I've had it a while. But we're going to unbox this new one here, and we're going to see how it compares to the DENTEN mechanical keyboard. I think the DENTEN mechanical numpad was originally a Kickstarter project, but I didn't get it from Kickstarter. They actually have them on Amazon, but at least last time I checked, they were pretty overpriced there. But you can get these at places other than the Kickstarter if you like this thing. But let's look at the 8BitDo, if I can get this box open. Notice Amazon kind of eat up the box, so this was Amazon Black Friday deal here. Oh, good. We can open it from the back. So it's been a while. I know it's January as I'm recording this video, and I haven't gotten all around to looking at all my Black Friday stuff. So there's a bit of a backlog. Backlogs are not just for games, they're also for hardware. Oh, nice box. Shame it got dented. But inside we have USB-C to USB-A cable. We have the keyboard slash number pad itself. Which is chunky. Probably the best word to describe it here. So it's got some of that classic Commodore 64 look to it. Not as loud as the DENTEN. The DENTEN is a full-on blue switch keyboard. So this one is a little quieter. We have some owner's manual type stuff in here. Mode switch. Windows calculator shortcut button, I guess. That has a few more buttons than my original here. Yeah, I assume it charges. I don't know. I can't tell. I guess we'll find out if you can actually hook this up as just a plain old USB-C keyboard. It says charging port. This one here, you can actually use it as a keyboard without the Bluetooth or the 2.4 gigahertz connection. So let's see if it actually has any power. Turn it to some mode. Okay. So looks like it does have some power. Now how much power, I don't know. So far, looks like it works. So I'm guessing this is for Bluetooth pairing. Does it have a... Oh, here it goes. It has a dongle. So let me get this box out of the way. Pretty good size here. It's actually fairly large. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing depends on how much desk space you have. So let's see about whether this can be used as a plain USB keyboard. Let's find out. Oh, it's in calculator mode, never mind. I brought up WordPad here so we can see things being typed. I guess the answer to that is... Oh, it can. Have it turned off and have it plugged in by USB, and it will work as a USB keyboard. So you don't have to actually use the wired connection at all, which is nice if you happen to have a USB port free and you just don't want to mess with another, keeping up with another wireless dongle. This one here will also do that. So right now, seems to be working fine. Now, if I hit the calculator button, then slide it over a bit. If I hit the calculator button, then I can calculate over here just like a regular 4-function calculator. Not scientific or anything, but might be handy for, say, okay, let's calculate a number here, and then, oh, it's on the display. Unfortunately, when I turn the calculator off to type it in, the number goes away. So, you know, you have to actually remember the number before you go and actually type it in if you're calculating it on here. Now, comparing this to the other one, so if I put this in number pad mode and hook it up, it works as a USB keyboard, as you can see. Nothing shows up on the display while it's doing that, just like the 8BitDo one. And if I shift this to calculator mode, there's no button on the top. You have to do it on the side. Then you can calculate. Now, if you switch it, now notice it didn't enter anything into the computer. If I switch it back to a number pad mode, this is a little convenient. The number stays on the display so I can actually see it when I go to type it in. So I'll give 1 point to the DENTEN keyboard over the 8BitDo one just for that reason. Now, in terms of this one, actually has a little kickstand. If you want it elevated, you can do that. Don't see anything here. Where the 8BitDo one wins, I think, so far here, is In connection options, the Denton one over here is only either USB or Bluetooth. There is no dongle or anything like that. It's just plain old 2 modes of connection. Here you can use Bluetooth, USB-C, or 2.4 gigahertz dongle, which is convenient. You can connect it pretty much any way you want. I'm glad it actually does the direct connection because I like to use these things that way most of the time. And also, here you get a few extra features. You get the Windows calculator button here, which will bring up the Windows calculator. You can't see it on the screen now because I don't have that window captured, but you do get the calculator. So that is pretty convenient. And in terms of noise, we'll see if you can hear it. We'll put it up next to the microphone. Don't know if you can tell from there, but the blue switch here, the Denton keyboard, is significantly louder. So you do have to take that into account if you happen to be using this in like an office environment rather than at your home. Then you might want to use the 8BitDo one just for the simple reason that it's a little bit quieter. They're both pretty clacky, and I don't actually mind that, but people in your workplace might think differently. Oh, so far so good with these. Now, in terms of looks, this is pretty basic. The $8BitDo one here, of course, has that Commodore 64-ish vibe going on with it, and it's almost tempting me to get the rest of the keyboard, you know, the other get their Commodore 64 looking keyboard, because it will be pretty nostalgic for me. But we'll have to see if that goes on sale on Black Friday later on. So far, again, what I like about this is the connection options, and the calculator here actually lights up. And by the way, one thing that all of these old calculators have to be able to do is this. It's not an old school calculator unless you can hold it upside down and type words on it. And we'll just do hello here because, well, this is a family channel. But there are other words you could type as well. So I will try this out next time I have a load of grading to do and see how this does compared to the Denton. But so far, particularly for the Black Friday deal, I'm pleased with this. I love the Commodore 64 look here. And, you know, it has a good feel to it. We'll see how long the battery life is once I start using this, and I'll try it out on Bluetooth and wireless. But again, I do like the fact that you can just use it with a cord. So that's it for the 2 mechanical number pads. The Denton mechanical number pad here with blue switches, and the 8BitDo Commodore 64 themed mechanical number pad. Hope you enjoyed this brief little unboxing and test out of these 2 devices. If you like the video, remember to leave a like. Helps my videos show up in the search algorithms. If you'd like to see more, mostly gaming and handheld gaming related content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.